I'm here on the National Catholic Youth Conference floor with the great folks from Catholic Athletes for Christ. Thanks for being with us.
Oh, it's our pleasure. It's so exciting here. So many kids that we can talk to about the good news of the Catholic Athletes for Christ.
Thanks. Now, tell me a little bit about what you do at Catholic Athletes for Christ.
My role with Catholic Athletes for Christ is planning the NFL Combine endeavors that we have. We offer Mass, the opportunity for confession. Many of the coaches, the scouts, the medical staff really appreciate coming to another city and still being able to go to Mass and still being able to receive the sacraments on a regular basis.
Thanks so much. And so, Dan, how does that fit into the entire mission of Catholic Athletes for Christ?
Well, it's wonderful for the brand. Our hierarchy runs into Major League Baseball and the NFL, as David just said, even now into our elementary school CYOs. And what's really cool is we have so many public school kids here. It gives me an opportunity to tell them that the CAC can and should go into their public schools as well for the Catholic athletes that are in our public high schools. So it's just a wonderful platform for us. Our chapter program is exploding, Bonnie. By the grace of God, we're in about 100 high schools. We're in elementary schools. Our universities are taking us on, CYO programs. It's a very, very, very exciting endeavor.
That's great. And I know your role at Pastoral Support at Donovan High School in New Jersey, but certainly in all of our student athletes, we want to cultivate that our physical prowess goes for the glory of God. So I was really glad to hear about this combine. I thought it was farm equipment, but of course we're getting ready for the Super Bowl, and tell us about, your experience with the coaches and how they see this kind of faith support.
I've learned that these coaches really don't have an off season. I've learned that right after the Super Bowl, when many of the fans kind of gear down and get ready for the next year, they're gearing up and trying to figure out who to pick, who to draft. And the opportunity of the Combine is to bring in the best college athletes in their respective positions to come out and get tested, get work on the field, do interviews. And these coaches finally, all of them will come in. Every coach in the NFL is here. Every GM in the NFL is here. There's a couple of owners that come by, all the medical staff. And it's really great because it shows the fraternity, the camaraderie that they have outside of the competitive gridiron that they go and they face each other every Sunday. But then they're in the Mass together on the off season, sitting in the same pew. They're sharing, breaking bread together. It just shows the wealth of our church and really the strength that it is. And so it's an impressive thing to be a part of. I'm blessed in that regard.
That's great. Thanks so much for that. I really have appreciated the work of Catholic Athletes for Christ for a long time. Ray McKenna has been a great friend to us, Dan. And it's fabulous, I think, particularly for our youth, like even when they don't get picked for a team, to know that everything there is for the glory of God. Where can people learn more about Catholic Athletes for Christ?
Cathletes.org goes right straight to our chapter program. Cathletes.org, CATHLETES.org.
That's great. And so the Super Bowl.
We're not going to talk about the Patriots, are you?
Thanks so much for being with us. Catholic Athletes for Christ.